trailblazer of the Astral Express walking towards us?
You bet! After all, you're our beloved hero!
Although the giant shadow crisis in Duo-Mention City has been dispelled, the real battle for you and the Daybreak Squadron is only just beginning! As the old and new generations of superheroes, you will face off here to determine the victor!
Forged by raging fire, burn away the darkness, the star that set the world ablaze! Blaze Weaver! Soar through the skies, flames of lightning! From the blue heavens descend, Azurling! Come!
Shadow of the eternal night, light blazing bright, the radiant bow of hope, Dawn Lance!
Cut through despair, unyielding blade of steel, edge that never fades, Cinderboard!
Darkness fades, and dawn awakens! The Daybreak Squadron, Alliance! This is an official challenge from the Day. If we defeat you, we hope you'll accept our invitation to become the honorary Phantom 5th member of the Daybreak Squadron and help us safeguard the peace.
Honorary! It's an honorary position!
Hey, Greg, didn't you have something to tell your hero? Now's your perfect chance!
My friend, you know what? Every time I transform into a Mechatron, I imagine I'm you. I think about what you would do when facing danger. It is your adventure stories that give me strength. So I'll give it my all from now on. Please don't hold back.
Now then, let's settle this on the horizon where the Vengeance Moon rises! Let the two of us see what you're made of!
Come on, one and only Trailblazer!
It's your turn!
Our fist!
Leave it to me! I shall bring judgment! Where are you hiding?
Our fist!
Absolutely! For justice!
Out of my way!
As expected at the Astral Express hero.
Boss, Gray, I'll leave the rest to you!
The honor is mine to cross blades with you.
As heroes, we'll never back down! Watch this! Leave it to me! Teach me your ways! me?
This strike contains all my respect! Bring it on!
What? Even the invincible little raccoon is reaching his limit? Listen, those are the people's wishes. Power converging as one. That is limitless possibilities!
Everyone's wishes. I've received them all. Trailblaze Infinity! Interesting.
You really got into character. That was some great acting.
Were we just fighting in a film studio?
Don't tell me you actually thought you were fighting them in a real city. That ain't gonna happen. Madame Pearl's insurance fund would collapse. It doesn't matter if it was a real fight or a fake one. What matters is your experience. Did you have fun? The user gave us a 5-star review. Thank you for your kind feedback. Your satisfaction and approval are... looks like the Daybreak Squadron is waiting for you. You gave them quite a combat lesson, it appears. Why don't you go share a few? Looks like the Daybreak Squadron is waiting for you. You gave them quite a combat lesson, it appears. Why don't you go...
As expected of my senior, that was awesome! My life is now complete.
Before joining Daybreak Squadron, Gray had always been your fan.
That kid knows every story about the Astral Express like the back of his hand. And he's always looked up to you as his role model. Huh, what an amazing battle! Well, more than beating you, we were, after all, being remembered by their idol is a high...
I'm already satisfied. Just knowing that the name Cinderborn will remain...
It's a shame, though. If he could really become the 5th member of our team, our recognition would rise even further. I have to think we're just playing hero.
That's only because we haven't done any...
Don't worry. Given the state of Duo-Mention City, a mind...
Yeah, just yesterday, I rescued 5 people from a gas explosion. Hope they recover soon.
There you go again. Casual like the Astral Express. We don't need to act to prove something so long as we stay true to our own path.
Silly you. It's the Astral Express all you ever think about? Why don't you...
Come on. Don't make fun of me. I'm still just a rookie. How could I...
Anyone who perseveres in their own life is a hero indeed.
Thanks for your guidance. And lastly, I wonder if you could take a picture with the...
Trailblazer?
Oh, my senior's so close to me.
3, 2, 1.
Darkness wanes and dawn awakens. The Daybreak Squadron arrives.
Time's about up. Oh, right. Want to say goodbye to your...
You guys were amazing back there! If we record if only we could have beat...
What are you talking about? There's no way we could have beaten the...
Well, it's not entirely impossible, I'd say. Ever since I converted, I feel like both my mind and body have become so much lighter.
Gray, being a masked hero means facing all kinds of dangers. You definitely feel pretty bad if you couldn't contribute your strength to the team when we needed... Oh, looks like your idol's here to see you. We'll wait for you backstage.
Senior? Me? I'm fine. Totally fine. It's me. I'm just too weak. I'm always hesitant, whether in combat or... It's a bit embarrassing to admit, but no one ever taught me the principles of how to live and behave growing up. I dropped out of high school pretty early and started hanging out with street gangs. But when I saw how scared those people were, I had this later. When I read about the Astral Express story online and learned about your legendary deeds, I finally understood what it meant to be a true hero. Looking back at how immature and awful I was, I made up my mind to leave my old organization. Now I too have a chance to become a hero like you. Together, with my brothers and sisters in the Daybreak Squadron, I can bring happy smiles to the residents of Plain Arcadia and protect them whenever danger... But I'm just too weak. I don't have the immense strength like the Express Nameless. I don't even have any special talents.
I don't want to give you empty platitudes about humans triumphing over fate. But I do believe that while kindness isn't something you can learn, strength is something you can acquire. Your desire to fight for those around you, and your wish...
Thank you, Trailblazer. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. Could you please sign that famous line? That's the one! That's exactly it!
Rules are boundaries, and anyone who pushes beyond those boundaries becomes, in a sense, one of the nameless.
I'll remember today for the rest of my life. Goodbye, Trailblazer. I hope by the next time we meet, I'll be a true hero just like you.
Apparently, we can...
Well, that about wraps up today's tour. After seeing everything, what do you think? You're only realizing that now. That's your greatest advantage in joining the Phantasmoon game. You're only realizing that now. Indeed, rather than the power to rule this world directly, that individual draws even greater strength from Pearlux. With stories and dreams spun by this... Madame Pearl is waiting for you at the top of this building to discuss matters regarding the... Let me give you a little reminder. The rules of Phantasmoon games have never... As an IPC employee, I've said far too much. You're...
Apparently, we can do Over here! Over here!
The officially licensed...
Mr. Yang and I watched the whole... Not only did you assemble the Mechatron and give autographs to your fan, But you also... Mr. Yang's looking at you with such loving eyes. Like a...
Indeed. Seeing him so happy reminds me of my younger
What are you talking about? Mr. Yang, you're still as young as ever. Oh, right. We've been wandering around here for ages and seen everything there is to see. What's the...
I understand everything she wanted to show us.
Miss Nyalux?
Ah, there you all are. We've been looking everywhere for you. The Secretary's office sent Agent Feld...
Wait, if Mr. Feld is the one who's supposed to meet us...
Miss Nile.
Agent Nihilux, an IPC rank...
P-30? Imagenesis Technology Department?
Could she be some kind of corporate spy who snuck... Oh, this is a real mess. What are those...
This lady seemed totally legit. She smoothly guided us around the place like a pro. I thought she was...
I need to report this to security right away.
Thank you for your help. Astral Express crew, Madame Pearl has been waiting. Please inform Madame Pearl that the 3 guests from the Express will arrive shortly.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pearlux Corp. To ensure your safety and comfort, please avoid running. And
Pearl demonstrated the full process of creating a Mechatron army, based on what I saw.
Hello, guests from the Astral Express. Nice to see you again.
Thank you for your gracious hospitality, ma'am.
I understand there was a minor incident in the lower lobby involving someone impersonating a Pearlux employee. I hope it didn't spoil your enjoyment. No, Pearlux's data firewall remains untouched, and all assets under security network surveillance are intact. The only change is an additional expense claim. Never mind. I can make a preliminary assessment that this was the Lately, mishaps have been piling up, like dark clouds before a downpour, casting shadows of uncertainty over...
Could you be referring to the Herald of Death?
33 citizens were found dead in the Dovebrook district. In addition, an IPC specialist assigned to negotiate the relation died in an unexpected incident. This party has made overt threats to public order and is clearly challenging the IPC. My intuition tells me managing capital and managing a corporation share one thing in common. That is, an aversion to risk and a pursuit. As the executive officer of Plain Arcadia, I bear an inescapable responsibility for the safety of this world. As one of the 10 Stonehearts, I hope to bring the Phantasmoon Games to a... rather than staging another dangerous battle, like what happened at Graphia Academy. I hope the supplicants can show the people of this world miracles of joy and happiness, instead of sorrow and rage during the Phantasmoon Games. Therefore, I'd like to hear the Express's request. Trailblazer, please, tell me. What's your ultimate goal for...
You mentioned earlier that you wanted to...
I'd like to talk about our ultimate goal for
Got something in mind?
I think the rules and rewards for the Fantasy...
That's exactly what I thought when I joined the games 15 years ago. These games allow supplicants to do anything, good or evil. What's more vague is what can winners do when they share the power of the elation. According to legends and historical records from Ahatopia, they listen to the victor's wishes and grant them permission to use their power. And the applications of this power seem to be boundlessly vast. Sometimes I wonder if we had agreed to become the leader of the Anti-Destruction Alliance, how would this trip have turned?
If I win, I'll give up sharing Aha's power and ask them to be the leader of the Anti-Destruction Alliance.
That's such a... I get it. To begin with, this is far more meaningful than taking up a... Secondly, placing an Eon on the righteous cause of opposing the universe's greatest threat. Finally, this would also help us avoid the risk we currently face. If we handle the negotiations well, perhaps Aha could stand behind the Astral Express. The only question...
Don't worry about that. From what I know about them, they'll agree. What kind of god of games would they be if they broke their own rules? Besides, they still owe the Express a debt. This is their IOU for the Express debt from when they were traveling with Akavilli, complete with their signature and seal. Use this to blackmail them. That one will definitely give in to your demands. Probably. Probably.
So, you're saying you want Logical extrapolation. Failed. Success rate indeterminable. This peculiar... This request is far too lacking in structure, yet within an irrational context. If the universe is the master of Elation's playground, then they should do something as expected of the Trailblazer. You're thinking, however, I don't think you stand much of a chance in the games. I've joined as a supplicant. Not a single rule in the Phantasmoon games requires supplicants to engage in combat.
A plain Arcadia's administrator.
At the same time, she has at her disposal assets of staggering.
With money and power on her side.
As I previously proposed to Miss Himiko, I'm willing to cooperate with the Astral.
But the Astral Express isn't your only.
I have 2 other allies. However, you all are my most and I will do everything in my power to fulfill my partner's.
As we told you before, our strategy is to become a sail, advance and retreat together.
An ally like Sparksy? It's true that you defeated her and took her mask. Hypothesis. The Sinwish Syndicate's missing mask. I thought it fell into the Cienjo's.
That's right. 3 against 3.
With this new variable in play, I'll have to adjust my extrapolations. But the conclusion seems unchanged.
An IPC senior executive, Plain Arcadia's administrator, a member of the 10 Stonehearts, joining the game's person.
He is right. Your identity is far too sensitive. You want all they see is the all-powerful IPC and an influence.
A sharp observation, I must say. Quite impressive.
But I do not believe you yourself would overlook this, Madam Pearl.
What I want to recreate Graphia's.
Does that have...
Hard to believe, no? My birth originated from the theme at first. I was nothing more than a machine that imitated human paintings. For day after day, I studied. Day after day, I exhausted every possibility. Graphia's ultimate creation was establishing the world in canvas at the end of the Phantasmoon games.
Is this your personal pursuit?
Both. The IPC's point of view is far more pragmatic. The world in canvas is a...
Unfortunately, it seems we can't...
Then, I have another proposal. Why don't we shift our... These 2 individuals' objectives are unclear, and their abilities remain a mystery. If left unchecked, we might see a repeat. That is correct. But all you need to do, before we move on to the details of our cooperation, I was thinking of having Pearlux Corp host an expo for the Astral Express. As for the
Star Rail Fest? You mean host?
Correct, but not entirely. But what I want is an unprecedented Astral Express exhibition, with the Fluffy being just a small part of it. The real stars...
Are you trying to use this exhibition to lure those 2 unidentified supplicants out of hiding?
Huh? What if they're up to...
What could be more inspiring to the people of a world than that's an enormous amount of wish power? Together, we can create a miracle for all to witness in Arcadia. I'll also get Full Wish TV and other mainstream media outlets involved for promotional cooperation. A wise choice. Before the Star Rail Fest officially begins.
Doesn't Pearlux own the...
Since their debut, this author has remained anonymous, never revealing. Now that we've reached an agreement, by the way, before you leave, please accept. I've studied in detail the records of my colleagues' interactions with partners in Penacony, And I was particularly so please. Keep this chip with you as a symbol of good fortune for—
Well, we'll be on our way.
As your private detective, I must warn you that a grand exhibition of unprecedented—
I understand. That's why I have a mission for you. Protect—
You actually think they would need my protection with their strength? Don't tell me your extrapolations predict even bigger trouble ahead.
Hidden beneath each extrapolation, tiny signals of unease keep bubbling up to my thought interface. Now that you've taken up the mask, let's talk about payment.
Before we talk about payment, let's discuss the Herald of Death. Although the Department of Aberration Defense sealed and destroyed after the Herald of Death incident, the victims' families collectively received But here's the interesting part. This item was nowhere to be found in it. It was you, the omnipresent IPC. To be precise, it was the IPC's technology department that paid this astronomical compensation.